hi grade 8s. Welcome back to our first lesson on the lab on Chrome. Make sure you're using a Chrome browser, not Internet Explorer. Who uses Internet Explorer anyway? And let's get to our lab. But make sure you have it open. And today we're going to be focusing on creating a bridge. Now, before we even get to that, at the end of term, when we have a full song, hopefully we'll be able to sit together, listen, positively critique, give suggestions, and yeah, just see how everyone else is doing. So today, let's get into our bridge. So far, we've created our intro, our verse, our chorus, our intro, chorus, break, verse, and that's where we're at. We've just finished our verse. So now we're about to bring in our bridge. And our bridge is not going to last very long. Usually bridges can last a bit, like about 8 to 16 bars. But what we're going to do with our bridges, the bridge is simply like a long introduction. We're about to bring something in. And what is going to come after the bridge is our chorus 2. So the chorus 2 is just like the chorus 1. It's going to have a lot of energy. So we need to introduce that chorus well. So our bridge, even though it's going to be short, we're going to use 3 different techniques that are really going to show a change is coming. So the first technique we're going to do is we're going to slice up our samples. The second one is we're going to change the pitch. And the third one is we're going to reverse our sample. All right, so slicing up our sample, reversing our sample, and changing the pitch. Now, before we even get there, let's just listen from the end of the intro into the beginning of my chorus, into the break, into the verse, just so we can see how it sounds like so far. All right, and that was our verse. So now we're just going to take it to the bridge. It's only going to be 4 bars. And then next week, we're going to focus on our chorus 2 and make it sound, just really progress the music. Keep it interesting. Keep your listeners entertained. Keep me entertained because I love hearing what you guys have to make. All right, so first thing, before we begin, make sure you go to View, go to Grid Size, and for all of you, it'll probably be ticked at Smart, but click Quarter. So what this means is we're going to see quarter bars. So let me give you an example. If I click half, now let's start with bar actually. So if I click bar, you can see it's clearly showing just like one single block, and it's just showing us a few beats in between. So it's just showing us our bars. But now if I click half a bar, boom, you can see now we can see half a bar through this faint gray line. So now if I take it to quarter bar, which is where I want you guys to click, all of a sudden our bars have been split into quarters, so showing us 4 beats, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 beats in every bar. And so this is just going to make it very easy to do what we want to do. So once you've clicked View and changed it to quarter, now you're going to select 3 of your favorite tracks. I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, and mainly I only have like 3 that are doing a lot of the work. So I already have my 3. I'm going to use my keys, my bass, and my beats. So pick 3 of your tracks that you want to use. And yeah, let's go for it. So I'm going to take my beats first. So let me just put this up here just so it's easy to see. There we go. All right. So with my beats, what we're going to start off by doing is we're going to click here. Command Z in case I make a mistake. And we are going to copy our beat. We're going to take it all the way from bar 37 up until bar 39, okay? So let me take that right there. Now I'm going to split this just over here. Let me split that just so I can work with this part independently and so the part in my verse doesn't get changed. You can, just another thing, you can use your track that you used, you can use your song that you made for your midterm assessment, or you can create another one. But if you create another one, just make sure it has all the things we've been talking about, from the intro to the chorus, to the break, to the verse. Just make sure you have that if you weren't too satisfied with it. But if you want to use your track from midterm, go ahead. All right. So I've extended what was the end of my verse for my beat from bar 37 to bar 39. Let's hear it by itself. All right, that's fine. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this part. Make sure you split the track, because if you don't, then everything that was here will start to come up over here. So you want this to be an independent track. So if you move it, nothing else moves with it, okay? So right there, 37. Now I'm going to extend it for half of its length. So right now, if this thing takes 2 whole bars, bar 37, bar 38, I only want to take 1 bar now. So I'm going to take it 2 bar 40 right there. And now I want that, also want to deal with that independently. So I'm going to take it right there to bar 39 and slice it. How do I slice? You can click S or right click. Oh, my right click's not working. I don't know why. So I'll just click S. There we go. And then now it's also independent from the other track. Okay. So make sure you're working independently from it. Now, what I will do with this part in bar 39 is I will click the bottom right here, and I will shorten it by half. So I'll now make it half a bar. So boom, right there. So it's only going half a bar between 39 and 40. And now I want to work with this independently. So I'm going to copy right there, and then I'm going to paste. So if I paste, I can click Command V. Boom, right there. So let's see how that sounds. So all I've done is I've taken this small section over here and copied it so it's also right there. So these two things are exactly the same, but they're not the same as what was here. Okay. Now watch this. This is where it gets a little bit, it can get complicated, but it doesn't need to if you get this. Now I will extend this a bit. So there are 2 ways you can do this. You could either have copy pasted it, which is what I just did, but this is the second way you can do this. Let me delete this. Since this is an independent track, this loop thing, that's called your loop paste function. So if I just click it and drag it, I'll also automatically get what was just right there. The exact same thing, no difference whatsoever. So you can either paste it or drag it out like that, whatever works for me. Now, I am going to copy this again. Copy, click Command C, take it over here to bar 40, and I'm going to paste. Now, I'm going to shorten it right there. So now it's only taking half the bar again, but this time I only wanted to take 1/4 of the bar. So that's just only 1 beat. So what am I going to do? I'm going to take it back right there. Now, as I take it back, I only have 1 beat that's being taken by this in bar 40. All right. And it's an independent track. So whenever you use a copy paste, it makes it independent. But if you ever use the loop function, you have to make sure you slice it so it doesn't interfere with what was there previously. So there. So I copy pasted it. Now I'm going to copy this, click my cursor and put it there. Then press Command V, paste. Now my cursor moves as I Command paste. So it's already gone to the next beat. So I don't have to put it there again. Just press Command V again, Command V. So now watch this. Let's see how it sounds. So that's it. So all I've done is I've shortened out, I've sliced my tracks, made them slightly shorter, and it's allowed for a different change, a sudden change, and it shows that something's about to come. So let's hear that from here. All right, so the change is more pronounced from bar 40, but even in 39, there's a difference, but you might not be able to easily detect it. All right, so now let me take my bass. I will extend this all the way to bar 39. Boom, right there. I'm gonna slice it so I have it as a separate track, right there. And now let me do more of using the loop function instead of copy paste, because I did a lot of copy pasting there, just so you can see another way in how to do it. So I will extend this all the way only to halfway through bar 39, because I don't want to go all the way to bar 40, yeah? Just till bar 39. And then to make it a separate track, a separate sample, sorry, I'll slice it here. Now I can work with it separately. Now, if I click the repeat loop function, I'll just drag it out. All of a sudden I have this half over here is the same as this half over here. And that's fine. Now I'm going to drag it out one more time to bar 40. But now I'm going to slice it up over here. And now I've sliced it. I can work with it separately. I'm going to copy paste. So copy or Command V. Then put it on your next bar. Then paste it. That is simply Command V. So Command V, Command V, Command V. So let's hear how that sounds. Let me solo the track. Let's hear our bass. All right, so just like that. So we're just repeating one thing. So what that makes is like a stuttering effect. So if someone is saying, hey, my name is, hey, my name is, my name is, my name is, my name, my name, my name, my name. So it's like I'm stuttering the same thing. Let's use another example. Let's say, hey, my name is, let's say, not that one. Let's go for, the cat is in the bag. The cat is in the bag. The cat is in the bag. The cat, the cat, the cat, the cat, the. So it's like I've shortened my sentence every time and I'm having a sort of stuttering effect. Let me go for one more thing. Let's try a cat meowing. So meow, 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 me, 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 me. So all I'm doing is I'm taking that meow and I'm shortening it out. All right, so it makes like a stutter. So that's what we have here. We have a stutter for our beat. We have a stutter. Oh, that's for our bass. Sorry, that was for our bass. So we have a stutter for our beat. Let's hear that. Now let's put them together. Let's solo them both. All right, so that's cool so far. Now what I want to do is let me work with my keys. So remember, we're only using 3 tracks for this. So make sure you pick your 3 favorite tracks. Now notice that my keys, it doesn't reach all the way to the end, and that's just how I want to. That's just how I want to deal with it. So I will just simply look. So I went to speed garage keys. I can either go there on my loop space, or I can click S right there, split it, and take this part over here, which is the full thing. It takes a full 4 bars, and I will paste it right over there. For some of you, you might just need to just drag it out. So it's just because mine doesn't reach the end. So I'll click here, then I'll click Command V to paste it out. And now I'm just going to do the same thing I did for all of these. So, but now I'm going to do both using the copy paste function, using the loop paste function. So let me shorten it out, take it to only for the 2 bars, right here, 37 and 38. Then I will extend it using the loop repeat function, split it there so I can use it separately and it doesn't affect what's in bar 37 to 38. Then I will extend that there. And then I will copy. Actually, no, before I copy, let me just put this here. Put that there. I will slice it over here. So now it's separated from that. And I can just copy it all the way through because it's going to be the exact same thing. I could have copy pasted, but I just decided to use that loop function and stretch it out. So let's hear how the keys sound with my stuttering, my slicing sample stuttering effect. My slice sample stuttering effect. All right, let's go. All right, let's hear that one more time. I want to see how well you heard it. All right, now let's put it in this context of all of these. Right there. So you can see there's like, it's like building up the pump, the energy is going dum, 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 dum. Or even if we go slow, it goes dum, 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 dum. So it's just like a DJ sort of repeat thing. So we're going to call that a stuttering effect. So I've done that for all of them. So that's the first thing we've accomplished. We've been able to slice up our tracks and create a stuttering effect. Now we are going to use our pitch. We're going to change the pitch of some of these just so when we're changing pitch, we want to just increase the pitch each time just so it shows that something's about to happen. That's just a cool technique that a lot of people use, a lot of producers use just to show transition is coming. So you don't want to do this on the beats. You want to do it on, I mean, you could try, be creative with it, but use something that actually has musical notes. So for that case, I'm going to use my keys and my bass because they have actual notes. Now, moving something up a pitch is just simply changing the key that it's in. So right now, if we're in B flat minor, so if I move up, let's say I was in D major, just as a good example. If I want to change the pitch, I'll take it up and move to E flat, and then I'll move it to E, then move it to F, then F sharp, then G flat. That's me increasing the pitch. If I move the pitch downwards, that's me going B flat, A flat, G flat, F sharp, and that's me moving the pitch downwards. So let's take it to our keys. I'm going to click here. You can double click this. and this should open up. This is called your editor. Now on your editor, I'm on that first quarter in bar 40, that first beat. I'm going to click pitch shift, and I'm going to click, the first one is, I'm not going to put a shift, but the second one, second quarter, oh, because I loop repeated it, I need to slice it there. So if you use the copy paste function, then you'll be fine. So slice. So now I can work with them independently, and one won't affect the other. So there, first one, no pitch shift. The second quarter, I'm going to shift the pitch by 1. The third quarter, I'm going to shift the pitch by 2. The fourth quarter, I'm going to shift the pitch by 3. All right. Now let's hear how that sounds. Let me solo my keys track. You heard that? So it's just moving up in pitch, da, 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 da. And that's a good way to show a transition is about to happen. So because we really want to bring in our chorus 2 hard, so we're really preparing it. So I'm going to do that with my bass, because if I leave it like this, it won't sound like they're working together. Let's hear it out with all of them. So just because my bass is staying at the same level, it's going to sound like it's lacking something. So let me do the same thing for my bass. So the first quarter, I didn't change it. I'm not going to change it. The second quarter, I'm going to add the pitch by 1. The third quarter, pitch by 2. The dogs are barking. Third quarter, add the pitch by 3. So I'm just changing it to the exact same ways I changed the pitch on the keys, because keys, the fourth quarter, sorry, was changed by, double click, was changed by 3. In my bass, the fourth quarter was changed by 3. And then so on, even the third quarter was changed by 2. This one was changed by 2. This one was changed by 1. This one had no change. So let's see how they sound together. So now they're working together. The bass is changing. Let's hear the bass by itself so you can see how it would sound like by itself. So bass, let me remove my editor. If you want to remove your editor, click down here, editor, and it will go away. So right there, changing it. So that's cool so far. That is enough to honestly bring in our chorus 2. But just to add just a little bit more of something that's not really there for the other parts, let's bring in another sample track just so we can have a more distinct change as well. So far we've sliced up our tracks and made a stuttering effect. And then we changed the pitch for 2 of our tracks, which was keys and bass, just because they have musical notes. So you can pick any tracks in which you want to change the pitch of, and which tracks you want to slice up, but try and use only those 3 tracks. And also mention them when you're writing lyrics notes. Say which ones you changed up. All right. Now let me go to the loop pack that I used, which was Speed Garage. I hope you remembered what yours was called. All right. So Speed Garage. And I'm going to look for like a cymbal. So that's going to be a percussive thing instead of an effect. You could use an effect. That's also fine. Let's see this one. Oh, it's not playing. All right, I don't know why they're not playing. Let me go to my percussion. That would work really well. That's a cymbal right there. That's like whoosh on the drum kit. All right, you know what? Let me use this. Let me take one of these cymbals. I'll put them where my effects are, just because they're kind of acting like an effect for now. And I'll put it just towards the end where the transition's supposed to come. Oh, now notice it's here at the front. Now this brings in our third thing that we're going to do in our bridge. This is our third technique. We're going to reverse this sound. So let's see how it sounds so far. Just let me solo the track. So it's whenever you hit something hard, like whenever someone is saying something like that, it always starts off nice and high, and then the volume decreases as they finish talking. Same thing when you hit something very hard, like there's always that residual sound that's left off, then it's fading away. Same thing like if you were to say your name in a canyon, you're like, let me use Wendo's name. Wendo, do, do, do. So that last part of what you said is just fading off into the distance. So the same thing happens here. You can even see it on the waveform. It's getting From here, it's really loud, then it's getting smaller until there's nothing left, it flatlines. Now, I'm going to reverse this. So all you have to do is literally just right click, super easy, click reverse region at the bottom. And notice it went from here to over here. So let's hear how that sounds so far, just on my effects track. Oops, frozen. There we go. One more time, let me put it here. Now let me just unreverse it so you could see how it was before. Now let me reverse it. So as you can see, it's getting louder. So what we've done here is with our pitch shift, we've made the pitch increase. And for our cymbal, we've made it go from quiet to loud. So we're using those techniques to show that something's about to happen, but we're not going to try and make it dull. We don't want the volume to now go low, gradually. We want you to kind of take it higher, and then we'll try and make it interesting in our chorus too. So hopefully you've understood all of that. Before we finish, let me just play all of this from our verse 2, verse 1. Right there, that's our bridge. 4 bars, but we've used 3 different techniques. So to recap, we have sliced using 2 different methods. We've sliced and we have repeated parts of our samples over and over, and that we've made a sort of stutter. So slicing up our samples to create a stutter. Then we changed the pitch of things that had melodies, such as our keys, which had musical notes, such as our keys and our bass. And lastly, we took something and we reversed it. And I took my cymbal and I reversed it. And all we're just trying to do is just create an increase in something, whether it's from pitch or if it's an increase in sound or volume, just to show that something is coming. All right. So you don't have to do it. You don't have to use the exact same instruments I used. You can use the ones that you use, but make sure you use your ears. If it sounds good, it is good. If it doesn't sound good, then you know that you're gonna need a change. Just make sure you don't get lost with slicing. Make sure you slice the tracks which you're gonna use for that stutter, so that one doesn't affect the other. Okay, and yeah, so get that done, submit it, and we will continue with our chorus 2 next week until we have a full song. See you then.